Welcome to Unapologetically Badass, the podcast for women over 40 who are done dimming their light. I'm your host, Renee Carbone-Fleming, coach, queen, and master of the midlife glow up. Solo chats, epic guests, no filter. Let's freaking go. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am so excited for this guest, but let's get one thing straight. Success did not equal fulfillment or does not equal fulfillment. And a damn impressive resume does not guarantee self-worth. Today's guest has the mic, the spotlight, and the accolades, and sometimes still found herself questioning who she was without the title. Erin Logan is an Emmy-nominated journalist, former CBS anchor. She's a professor, an author, and founder of Revive with Purpose. And her story is a masterclass in reinvention, identity, and choosing yourself when the world expects you to keep performing. This isn't a fluffy conversation. This is about burnout, bravery, and becoming. So if you're ready for truth, not perfection, depth, not dopamine, and real talk about what it takes to rise again, you're in the right place. So Erin Logan, welcome to Unapologetically Badass.
Thank you for having me. Everyone says that. Thank you for having me.
I know.
But seriously, thank you for having me. I say that with all sincerity.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. So let's go back because I want to tell people how we met. Because I freaking love you. I've loved you from a distance, like we met, and then thank goodness for social media and
the bling. We were both like the bling queens.
Yep, the bling queens. Yep. So we met through pageantry.
That's right.
And with my jewelry business being a sponsor. This was how long ago? How many?
2017, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, I did Miss New England States in 2017. And then early 2018 or April, May, I met you at Mohegan for the Mrs. America pageant.
Right.
Or Mrs. Connecticut, New Jersey, Rhode Island.
Yep. Wow. I mean, that's crazy how quickly time flies. You're talking almost a decade.
I know. It's
right?
Scary.
It's very scary. Especially when we're only 25.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You know it.
Or at least we look it. That's what we're going to say.
45 is the new 25, right?
56 here, woman.
All right, I'm fudging too. 47. All right, so you can say 56 is the new 36, and I'll say 47 is the new 27.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good. All right, so let's tell everyone who you are. I mean, I gave you an intro, but where did you start? How did you come about being such an incredible, not only just an incredible human being, journalist, author, just the kind of.
Yeah, no, the journalist thing, it's funny. Everyone asks me that, and it's kind of a simple story. I would always want to watch the news when I was getting ready for school in the morning with my parents, and it was always Good Morning America, Joan London and Charles Gibson. In fact, I wrote a letter to Joan London in 2nd or 3rd grade, and I spelled her name like all jacked up because her name is Lunden. I think I wrote London like London. And when I got to high school, I did sports and stuff, but I wasn't good at it. I was overweight and I felt awkward doing dancing and cheering because I wasn't in shape. And I took public speaking and I was really good at it. And I thought, oh my God, it gave me like a renewed or a sense of confidence that I didn't have before. So then I remember thinking, oh my gosh, there's a guidance counselor here whose daughter is on the news in Boston. And his name is Mr. McDermott. It was his stepdaughter. And that might've been like my junior year. And he got me in touch with her. She went to Syracuse. So in my head, I thought, if I want to be on the news in Boston, I got to go to Syracuse like she did. Yeah. And so I was so obsessed with it. And I got in early decision at Syracuse. And I just kind of knew the whole time, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it. And I did not go to Syracuse for broadcast journalism like everyone does. I went for speech communication because I don't even know why I did that, to be honest with you. What happened was I had to make a decision, and I said, I really like this major, and it could open other doors as well. So I did a bunch of TV internships, but I did horrible. I remember getting straight A's my junior year at Syracuse and calling my dad crying on the back porch of the sorority house that I got like a average. I think it was like you either pass or fail, and then they give comments, and I got like average at the
Wow.
internship because I was the only one that wasn't in the TV major. So think about it. You show up and all these kids, this is what they've done for 3 years. And I walked into it blind. So I called the guy. My dad convinced me, like, you just call him up, see what
Yeah.
he says. No one really emailed that. Now I'm really dating myself. Um, so I called him and he took my call and he said, "Wow, I'm really glad that you called." He's like, "I could tell that you are the type that if you don't get a perfect score, you're going to be disappointed." He said, "I didn't know if you were going to be pissed off at me or what." I said, "I just need to know why. Like, what could I do?" And
Mhm.
he said, "Well, would you like to come back in the spring? I see something in you, and I think you could do well if you were given another opportunity." And he did. And then I was like writing his stuff for him. And then it comes full circle. Like 15 years later, I'm in Connecticut at one of the stations as an anchor, and he's the sports guy. It was just funny. And his wife told my friend, "Oh my God, Joe, she was Joe's intern and he made her cry." And it's just funny, but it just shows that if you want something and you know that you're going to have to fight, and you might suck at it so bad. I was not good when I started. It did not come easy to me. I knew
Wow.
how to speak. I knew how to do some of the things that are hard to teach,
Yeah.
but it was a lot because back then, I'm not going to lie to you, they cared a lot about appearance. And I wasn't like the babe or the looker or anything like that. I was smart and I was humble and I wanted to learn. Now, nobody touches that. You're not going to get when you walk into work, gain weight, lose weight, dye your hair, cut your hair. That is completely off the table now. But
Right.
I would say like 10 years ago, somebody told me to get the freckles removed from my face. This beautiful girl. I mean, it was really into appearance. And so you have to have really thick skin
Yeah.
to still even be doing it. And some days I say, you know what? You have to be willing to play the game. And if your boss says, "Look, I don't really like that," or you might want to like lower your voice here or raise it. There's certain things like they have every right. If they're paying you to do a job for them and
Mhm.
they offer feedback and you don't accept it, then that's on you. That
Yeah.
you're looking for a confrontation. But things like appearance and stuff like that, it's kind of hurtful and mean, you know. So I'm
Oh,
glad that
it is.
now
It
I'm
is, but don't you think like there should be a level of that? Because,
I mean, yes and no. I'm not
like,
gonna lie to you. What
I
if you
feel
want to
bad,
know?
but if I'm not gonna watch the news with somebody who has rainbow hair and a nose ring,
Well, all right, yeah, that's to another extreme. But
right?
I like that now when you do turn it on, you see a diverse group of people. Like
Yes. Yeah.
10, 15 years ago, we all had the same cookie cutter haircut. At one point, everybody was blonde. When
Right.
I was a freelance reporter in New York City, I had like dark hair. Everybody looked Italian or Jewish or Spanish, or like we all had dark hair. And I looked a little different because it was a little bit longer, but it went through phases of what was liked and what wasn't. And I feel like now there's a good thing and a bad thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Everybody can kind of pave their way with what we're doing right now with Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. There's so many outlets to put yourself out there and be seen and do things that you're passionate about. But on the flip side, it's hard if you don't have thick skin. If you're trying to like say,
Right.
"I have this plan and I want to do this and I'm going to kick ass," there's so many other people doing it too. So that can become very hard because you're comparing yourself to this TikToker or this person on Instagram. So I think if you stay true to yourself, I had to dye my hair blonde at one point.
Wow.
Is there any like my hair is black
Right.
naturally? I felt weird. I didn't feel like I was
Yeah.
I did not feel like I could even deliver appropriately because I felt awkward. But I think just being true to yourself and what you want to do, you're going to have hiccups and you're going to cry, you're going to freak
Yeah.
out. Stuff's not going to go your way. But if you really like it, you power through and you hold your ground and you do have boundaries. You're not going to go tell your boss to F off. Like
Right.
that is
Right.
not a good idea.
No.
But I don't know. I just went off on a tangent, but
But you're absolutely right. There is a big thing about imposter syndrome, right? And a
yeah,
lot of people may want to put themselves out there, but they have a fear of what they're going to look like or what people are going to say about them. And all of these things, hold people back.
yeah,
And especially now with the world of filters and AI. And I mean, I'm freaking guilty. I use AI. Do AI photos and video imagery and all of that, but I use it as a business building tool, not
yeah. No,
a
but you like
catfish.
right. You make it known, like, hey,
Yes, yes.
you're not
Because
like
AI,
trying.
you either learn it or you're going to die from it. Like, not that
Right.
AI is going to kill us, but I'm saying that, in this world, you have to learn AI,
Yeah,
bottom line, right? You have to learn AI. You have to be present. You have to build a personal brand. I keep on saying that till like blue in the face, but it's so
yeah.
important in today's world because um, where we're going and everyone wanting to do maybe multiple things, right? Like you're doing multiple things.
Too many things.
I know, but well, I know we say that, but that's our brain, right?
That's our
You and
personality.
I, yeah, you and I are so alike like that. It's like what we're freaking nuts. But you built such a strong personal brand and presence that enables you to do multiple things, right?
Thanks.
So tell us, okay, so I want to go back though, because like you grew up in Boston, right? Hence the
Well, Worcester County. So
Worcester County. Okay.
yeah.
I thought it
So
was
let's say it's 35 to 37 miles from Boston.
yes, yes. Okay. I was thinking it was Boston. I gotta be nuts.
No.
I have a good memory. It's
All
just short.
right. I
Yeah,
lived in Newton, maybe that's why.
that's probably why. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably why. Um, so where have you been as a journalist? Like you've done so much. You want to kind
Oh,
of give me a
everywhere.
recap?
I'm gonna
Like,
do it real quick for you. Might eat up like 3 minutes. No. So my first job, I'll do this quick, and you're gonna be like, "What? What?" Presque Isle, Maine. It's the furthest point north, like 2 hours north of Bangor. Binghamton, New York. Which, by the way, I was on a highway billboard and a bus, which is
mm,
hilarious. Um,
love it.
Providence, round one. Then I went to a different station in Providence that allowed me to freelance report at the former NBC affiliate in Boston. So I was NBC Boston, NBC Providence at that time. This was like 2005. Then I kind of knew I'm like I heard they were hiring this girl and she was an anchor at the time and I wasn't, and I sent one tape to Orlando on a whim, like, oh, let's just see. I've always wanted to live there. So I went to Orlando as a reporter and I didn't like it. I just felt, not that I didn't like Orlando, Florida. I felt like I was not in reality. I felt like I was on vacation. It just, because I'm
Yeah,
not from, it's
right.
beautiful weather. Everybody wanted to go out. Everybody wanted, like,
Yeah.
it just felt weird to me, although I had my cousin and my godmother there. And I didn't really fit in with like the station or whatever. So then I got an agent and he was like, why don't you go be an anchor? He's like, but you're going to have to go to a smaller market if you want to be like a main anchor. So I went to South Bend, Indiana for 3 years. Then I went back to Providence. I feel like I always find my way back to New England.
Yeah.
And I got lucky because they only made me sign a 1 year contract because they knew the station was being sold. And then I went to Connecticut for like 6 years. And I would say that's like what I'm most proud of. I was very involved in the community. I was
Mhm.
an anchor and a reporter. I kind of percolated the idea of my foundation, Revive, that you're a board member. Um, it just, a lot of things started to happen and I got a lot of good contacts. And then an opportunity came up to be a freelance reporter at CBS New York. So I did that. The commute was insane from Connecticut to the city,
Yeah.
depending on where you are. You could be live in New Jersey at 11, then you
Wow.
got to go back and then back home. So it was a long day.
Yeah.
And then I went to Cleveland to the CBS. You said CBS anchor in the beginning. So it was a CBS affiliate in Cleveland. I was there for 2 years. And then I came back here and here I am. I've been at NBC Boston for 3 years as a freelance reporter with regular hours. Like I'm there.
Yeah.
And I got my foundation. I've been everywhere. But I've been to Providence like 3 times, 2 times, but
Yeah.
all 3 stations.
All 3 stations, yeah,
Yeah,
and for a small state to come back
I
and get
know, but
all.
Providence is the best, man. I loved Providence.
Yeah, yeah,
The
I
great
Rhode Island for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. So, okay, with you've had this illustrious career in journalism, and you had said it that when you were in Connecticut, it was you had this idea percolating for Revive with Purpose. Can you, which I'm
Yeah,
very grateful to be part of your board for this. I was so
thank you.
inspired when I heard about this. Tell everyone what Revive is all about.
So the main part of Revive is to overcome adversity by embracing authenticity, essentially. Everybody has shit that happens. It could be an illness in the family, a divorce, uh anything, like
Yeah.
your house blows up, you get fired, you get publicly humiliated, all sorts of things that people have gone through. I've been through things, you've been through things, and I feel like no one really has good coping skills rather. I feel like I tormented myself. I didn't really hurt anybody. Like I didn't do anything like that really. I like tormented the hell out of myself. Like there was something wrong with me. I joke with you that one of my things is like sending shitty messages on the cell phone. That's the worst thing I've ever done. It's not proud of it, but I remember women telling me that they keyed the boyfriend's car and the ex-girl or the girl. Like
Yeah.
that was not my MO. Like even back then there's cameras. Like you don't
Mhm,
do that stuff.
mhm.
No matter what you do to lash out though, none of it is ever good. I know people that became drug addicts. That was never my thing. I never tried a drug,
Yeah,
like maybe marijuana in high school. Like that
right.
was never my thing. I know people that gained a bunch of weight, lost a bunch of weight, became a big drinker, all sorts of shit that people have done. Are we allowed to swear like small swears?
Yeah. Oh my god, this is
Okay.
unapologetically badass. I'm like, "Fuck it."
So, yes. So I kept interviewing women and there were a few that I looked up to and they kind of reminded me of me in a way. Like, wow, this person has this and this and this and this. And you could tell they were miserable, like confiding in me off to the side, like, my husband's abusive, or yeah, I have this beautiful house and he's very demeaning and he doesn't want me to work anymore. He wants me to quit my career. And I just felt like trapped in my own body almost. Like I went to work, I did what I was supposed to, but I hated every minute of it. Like I loved does that even make sense? Like I liked the job.
1000%, because I
It
think a lot of
protected
us
me. A
figure
lot of
you
people
see
hate
it.
their job though. Like that
Yeah,
that makes them go like I actually liked the job.
yeah,
There were of course extreme pressures. I told you like back then they cared about you what you looked like a lot and
yeah.
all sorts of shit. Um but I got like I think at that point when Revive was in my head, I was 35, I was engaged, but I knew that we weren't going to end up being together. And I felt, oh my God, like the clock's ticking. I'm going to be 40, 5 years. What am I doing? Like I was like ready to explode. And I went to a group rehab. I'm not embarrassed of it. It's not like I was checked in. It was like
Yeah.
2 days a week. It was like 9 a.m. to noon. And they were all like women like you and I, like that just everybody had a different issue. So
Mhm.
it was interesting to hear how they coped or how they didn't cope. And I went around the room and I'm like, I thought of these things like this woman needs to learn about what her qualities are because she got married at 19 and never left the house. So in Revive, the letters identify unique characteristics or skills that made me think of her. Identify problem behaviors. I thought of me with this bull crap texting.
Mhm.
I thought of people who were express emotions effectively, kind of the same thing, but people that held it up inside
Mhm.
or would do something stupid like, punch someone in the face or get violent and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So everybody kind of fit a letter, but the underlying thing was about respecting and loving yourself. And then the vent, the V the first V in Revive is vent. I was like, this is so great, man. We're all just kind of venting. And I know that people always say misery loves company. And I didn't really look at it like that because people that were there wanted to get better. It
Yeah.
wasn't like they were there because they were forced to be there.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Yeah, it wasn't just a bitch session. It was
no, and that's that I do believe that like that's negative when you're just sitting there
yeah,
like, let me complain, my life sucks over and
yeah.
over and over again. That's not
Mhm.
like a positive like thing.
Mhm.
Um And I
But it's
learned some
important
things
to
too.
own it. It's important to say it out loud, the shit,
Yeah,
in
I
order
just
to
my whole thing was like,
do
why am I like I didn't even know why
yeah,
I was feeling the way I did, other than I wasn't fitting into that stereotypical mold that at my age I should be married with kids and blah 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 blah
right,
blah. So I think I kind of like freaked out. Like I
yeah,
didn't know what I was supposed to be doing or what I should be doing.
yeah,
And I just kept doing the same thing, doing my job and blah, 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 blah. And then I would say, like, during COVID, when this stuff started to happen more, like people like are freeing and like doing their thing out loud on social media. I thought, well, the business is changing, things are changing, and maybe there is a way for me to do both at some point,
mhm,
because it's hard to juggle a couple different things,
yeah,
and sometimes it makes me very stressed out, but if you can find a way to manage it and it's something you truly love, then you make it work, you
right?
know?
Yeah, yes,
But I mean, I'm not going to say like, I found a lot of people, including myself, neglecting other areas. Like, people are like, why aren't you dating? Why not? I joke, I said the person would have to live next door to me for me to even like see them. But, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I guess if I really wanted to date, then I would put myself out there more. So I
There
found like once I started doing things that I didn't feel were like I was forcing myself to do because I was supposed to, then
right,
I started to feel way better. I have friends right now that are single that they keep going on these dating sites, and I'm not opposed to it. I think that's great.
mhm,
I think that would bug the hell out of me to go through 50 emails a day
right, right,
because I don't like email, period. And I feel like it'll happen organically.
mhm, mhm.
So
But that's the thing is what you said, we put these expectations on
on
us,
ourselves.
and that can make us absolutely, like, crazy. I can't say lunatics, we're not, but that could really play within our heads, and so when we set those high expectations on ourselves and we feel like we have to do things at a certain timeline or a certain way, it's really nice to have conversations with other women who
Yeah.
also feel the same way. And tell us, like, what do you wanna do with Revive? Because it's one thing to have this
Yeah.
nonprofit, that is going to help empower women and teenagers, but what
Mhm.
is it that you wanna do with it?
I mean, ultimately, I want to make it like a movement, like a big thing, but we got to be realistic here. I just want that space and I want to expand it to a bunch of different states. Right now, it's kind of obviously Massachusetts because that's where I live, and then Connecticut. I haven't done any recently there workshops, but it did kind of the idea started in Connecticut and I did it on a smaller level before it was a nonprofit. So
Yeah,
I'd like to get back into Connecticut, and I've been working with teen girls right now since we've gotten the 501(c)(3).
yeah,
And it's hard because you're going to get a group that wants to put themselves out there and others that are very closed off. But this one recently in particular, they all emailed me and said, we don't have this opportunity. We trust our teachers, our parents, but it's different to be able to talk to a woman that's not judging us, that we can kind of just vent and figure things out. And they were lovely. I mean, one girl started crying, saying, I just feel like I needed this support system. For
yeah,
the last month, this boyfriend of mine dumped me after like 2 years, and I felt like it was the end all be all. Some of
yeah,
the girls, I gave them ideas on how to maybe take their idea that they have and maybe make a side business or
mhm,
pursue it a little more. Some girl wants to be a model. There's some fashion show that I connected her to somebody. I mean, it's just they're not used to this, and they're 17 years old, and I have full permission from their parents and the instructor that you
mhm,
can talk to them. And I'm not a therapist, but just I told them I've been through it, and if
yeah,
I could go back and do something different, I would tell you this, 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 and this. And it was like a lot of exercises for them to dig deep and figure out, what am I doing wrong, or what am I doing that I'm not proud of,
yeah,
what am I doing that I am proud of, how do I want to show up in a year from now when I'm a senior and I know I have to go get ready for college. Is that in the cards for me?
yeah,
What do I think I want to do? So that I'm starting to like, but I feel like the women in like the 25 to like 55 range or 60 is kind of like my jam. I don't know.
Yep.
Because you want to hear, because we've been through it and everybody has a different story of what happened that went wrong and how they,
Right.
put it together and a
Right.
lesson they've learned. And I think it's kind of cool to hear and share stories.
Quick crown check, Queen. If you're vibing with this episode, you're exactly the type of badass I built my empire for. Whether you're building your fuck it fund, launching your brand, craving a midlife reinvention, or just want to look and feel like a million freaking bucks, I've got you. From merch that speaks your truth to digital tools, coaching, and yes, even collagen that slaps. I serve the sass, the strategy, and the sparkle to help women over 40 take up space and cash checks doing what they love. Head on over to reneecarbonefleming.com or tap the link in the show notes. Pick your flavor of badass and let's turn your midlife into your power era. Absolutely, what 1000%. And that's what made me so that's like um the antenna went up when I saw this and when you were going to launch Revive, because this podcast and everything that I'm about is empowering women. And I wanted this show to highlight women, but not just like their business, but the shit that they've gone through in life and what did they learn from it and how do they grow from it? Because those stories really connect us all. And then you go like, wow, if this woman went through this and look at her now, maybe they can see themselves in somebody
Yeah.
else's journey.
I
So
mean, I don't recommend doing like 49 things at once unless you can physically make it work. But
okay.
I think people kept telling me, get rid of something you don't like. And I'm like, well, I like it all though. It's not like
Right.
one of those things like I hate doing this. I don't just,
Yeah.
but you have to have good time management and you
Yeah.
have to be persistent almost. Like no one's just gonna donate to Revive if they don't believe in it. No one's gonna watch me on TV or hire me if they think I'm bad or if I'm not a good team player or no one, like you want to be around people that are good people, that are humble, that are motivating.
Mhm.
And I've worked in a million newsrooms, for example, and it's great. Like the people that I'm around now are lovely and everyone's nice to each other and
Yeah.
you know so
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Well, for sure. And that's the thing is you want to be around like-minded people, and we can do a lot because we're multi-passionate, and that's a great thing. So many times women were, forced to not want to do other things, and they
Yeah,
almost feel guilty for wanting something different or even wanting more. And that's
right,
where, right, we can show them, no, this is whatever you want to do, just do it with integrity, do it with heart. And if I would always even say to my kids, do whatever it is that you're passionate about. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you
right.
cut grass for a living. If you love grass and you're like, I want to measure 2 inches, like then that's your jam,
Go
right?
after it, right?
Go after it. Yes, yes. So you want to hold workshops both in schools and workshop events, right, for women.
Like for women, yes, for women that just don't feel like they have it in them to take that leap or
Yeah.
just don't think they have what it takes, because that's bullshit. I feel like everyone's got something that they're really good at and stuff. So, sometimes when you in those situations you end up meeting somebody, hey, you're like we were joking, I'm like, Renee, I'm not great with this Instagram stuff. And you're like, yeah, but you know how to speak and da da da. So I mean, sometimes in our girl Laura, like
Yeah.
she's fabulous at website design. That's her trade. Like
Yeah.
everybody's got something they're good at. And sometimes when you put it all together, it's like
That's
unstoppable.
right. That's the magic. That's the key right there
I
is
think that whole mindset for me though is because of what I've done for 25 years. Like you can't have a newscast with one person.
right. Right.
You have a director, you have the audio person, you got this, the producer, the reporter, this, that, the whole there's like seven people to do one
Yeah. Yeah.
thing. So you have to be able to like get along with the team and respect each other to have the final outcome be great.
Right. Right. Yeah. Collaboration is key.
You know,
The rising tide lifts all boats. That's what they say, right?
That's right.
Yep.
So I always say just be nice to everyone because you don't know when you're going to see them, run into them. And I don't condone be phony. If there's someone that you just simply don't like or get along with, hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
You
You
know,
can be
don't go
kind.
right. Don't go blow up their inbox. Oh, you're gorgeous. I love you. All this. That's not, come on. But you don't want to be rude or mean unless somebody really did something horrible to you, then fine,
Yeah.
ignore them. But
Yeah. Do you feel, I'm curious, do you feel like pressure, or do you put pressure on yourself to when you're out in public, because people know you, right? So if we're around in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, do you feel like you have to, well, you are authentic. I was going to say be a certain
yeah,
way.
I don't know. That's a funny question. I feel like I would maybe no, because I love just random people talking. But I think I put a lot of pressure on myself about, oh my God, I don't look great right now or whatever. But when you really think about it, do you want to be, how do I put this? It's not reality to look perfect every day, no matter who you are. Like,
Right.
it's just weird. Like, if you go to a Red Sox game or a game, like, you're not going to show up with stiletto heels and this and that. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
It's one thing to look cute, put your hat on, put some makeup on. I'm all for that.
Hmm.
But I think people want to see somebody that they see on TV or in the public off the screen or in public. And I think that says a lot because there's people I've interviewed that were big time celebrities. And I was so disappointed because I was like, wow, I'm so excited. I'm interviewing so and so. And they were assholes. So,
Right.
you know,
Yes.
it's disappointing. I was like, what?
Yeah. That
So,
I, not that I've interviewed, but I've run into some people and it's like amazing going,
and it's
wow.
people I would never think. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, this person's
Yeah.
probably going to be awesome to me. And then it's like, ugh. And then people that you think would be standoffish or not really
Uh-huh.
engaging were unbelievable.
Yeah. That's
So
funny.
it's hard to kind of judge
Mhm.
what you're seeing. And
Mhm.
sometimes I get frustrated because I always do these like death and destruction stories. And it's so funny because, you know, you have to show empathy. And like, I actually, it's funny because the older I get, the more I feel it. Like, I feel like I'm gonna cry half the time when I'm doing these
Oh,
stories because there are people getting hit by a car walking out of church on New Year's Eve with your kids in front of you, like the Brown University thing, like that's awful.
yeah.
So it's like you feel it more and it comes across as real, but you can tell people in anything that has to do with camera or podcasting or anything at all. I think you can tell who's not authentic.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it just comes across as like, okay, I'm just doing this.
Yeah.
All right. I don't give a crap about what you're saying.
Right.
So,
You can tell with, you're right, whether it's TV, it's news, it's podcasts, it's social media. You can tell
yeah.
when people are totally faking it on freaking social, and that's half of social media, and people are just
Yeah. I
bullshit.
mean, I definitely learned the hard way. Like, I remember like 3 years ago, I'm like, wow, this one's married with 5 kids. This one's got a house that's like
Yeah.
insane. And then I'm thinking, you know what? This is all a bunch of crap. It's not always,
Right. Right.
but if I have a stunning house, right?
Mhm.
Why would I want to, why should, I think that's weird. Like, hey, look at my house. Like,
I know.
I don't know. That's just
I
me
know.
though.
Yeah. No,
You shouldn't have to brag about what you have. What you
right.
should do if you have it and the means to put it out there, why not do something nice for people who don't have that capability?
Mhm. Or you can use it as an inspiration if you are building a business that helps others. Like,
For sure.
there's ways to use it without
Yeah.
being
But to like
phony or
put a
being,
photo of
"Look
like
at
your
me."
house all pimped out and like,
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Everybody's got their reasonings for doing
Mhm,
things. So I don't want
mhm.
to judge. I don't know, it's just kind of a turn off to me personally, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, no, a lot of people feel the same way. So,
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
gonna, yeah,
sometimes people make fun of me. Why are you putting all these like thirst traps, like a necklace? And I get it, but like I sell my jewelry line,
yeah,
so you got to kind of, I don't know.
you
So we're
do.
all
Well, and
guilty of
that's,
it to a
the
degree.
balance, right? And
Yeah.
that's what sometimes holds people back because of the what other people are gonna think, right?
Yes.
It's not always comfortable to, like, "Look at me, here's what I have, shop this, buy this." But if we don't tell people we have it, they won't know that it exists, right?
That's yeah. Yep.
Macy's doesn't say, "Oh, sorry, I sent you another email about the towel sale." Like, they just do it,
Right.
right?
Over and over.
Over and over again. So it's we don't apologize. We just go like, "Yep, this is me. If you like it, great. If you don't, keep swiping. I don't give a shit."
Yeah, no, and then yeah, then you're right. Like the people that have to comment, the haters, just don't write anything.
I
Just
thank
yeah,
them. No, I thank them because it helps the algorithm. Fine. Beautiful. Keep
there you go.
commenting. Yep, love it.
No, you're
Um,
right. Use
they
it to your
help.
advantage, right? They say, what do they say? Bad publicity is good publicity. I don't know.
Yes. Well, and that's the thing is you and we have thick skin, right? And we want women to know, like, just who gives a shit what other people's opinions don't
I
pay
mean,
per
I didn't probably 10 years ago.
Right, right. But
Definitely didn't.
how did you
But
get
I
the
did. It's like
confidence?
I did and I
Right.
didn't. I did
Mhm.
in certain things, but I did not in other things. So it's like completely bizarre. I literally can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I
Do
would
you think
have,
is
I
it
was
age?
never
Like,
nervous.
what
Say it.
do you think? Is it age? Is it wisdom?
I
Like,
think
you
age,
go
experience, taking a hard look at who's important and are their opinions important? Does it
Mhm.
really matter?
Yeah,
And then saying, what do I care what this person thinks or
right,
that person?
right.
You know, yeah, there's people that we care about what
Of
they
course,
think if we're being a jerk and we want them to
of
tell
course.
us or,
Yep,
but I don't really care. Like if I want to wear a fur hat or
yep.
a crazy Cleopatra necklace and you don't like it, I really don't care.
Good. I love it. I love it,
So
and I hope everyone gets that, thick skin because that's, like you said, the authenticity and the true self that, we are, and that's the message that you have for others. So you also, I know we're running out of time, but besides the workshops, besides being a journalist, you're also an author?
yeah, I wrote a book called Reporting Facts and Running from the Truth. And then when you introduced me, the subtitle is a TV anchor's struggle to find self-worth beyond a job title, which is true. I thought
Yeah,
if I didn't have this job, who's gonna like me? Who's gonna want to date me? Who's gonna want anything to do with me? And that's a horrible feeling, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um, so it's just like a lot of lessons about not worrying about proving the haters wrong so much, not um telling yourself all these stories and things. I can't do it, I'll never do it, I'll never be pretty, I'll never be this, I'll never be that.
Mhm.
And just getting out of that negative toxic crap that you tell yourself.
Yep, for sure, and I love that, and I love the fact that you recognized that your your career is not your personal identity.
Right, and I think a lot of people that do this do, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and whether
I mean,
that's career or being a mom or being the like, they
yeah.
associate with one thing, and it's like, "Okay, you're more than this one piece,
Hmm.
and you're a whole lot more." So besides
So yeah,
an
it
author.
takes a long time for people to get into that. Like I have friends that are doctors, lawyers, like, and some of them don't look at themselves as I'm the doctor, I'm the lawyer, but others do. Like that's
Right.
all they want to talk about and do and think about.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I think Revive with Purpose is such a brilliant organization. Thrilled to be part of it. I think you're gonna really change a lot of lives with it for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm really ready to get the women involved. And it doesn't have to be anyone that's going through something. Maybe you just like to hear encouraging words
Right.
or it's the new
Inspiration.
year. It's the
Yes.
new year. You want to hear other people's stories about, hey, I did this and
Yep,
I had my husband of 27 years just show up and say, I'm done with you and you're blindsided and you got through it,
yep, yep. I love that, and there's more to come. There's more to come.
Stay tuned, as they say.
Uh-huh. Stay tuned. So
Stay
where can
tuned.
people find Revive, find you, to follow you, to get involved, to help?
Yeah, so on my Instagram page is Erin M. Logan. There's a little M in Erin Marie. There's a blue check mark because of
Mhm.
TV. But I have a little link tree where they could go to my Revive website. But if you want to just go to Revive on your own, which I would prefer, it's very simple, revivewithpurpose.org.
Fantastic.
And there's also an Instagram handle, Revive with Purpose.
Okay, great. And if they know of a school or a community that would
Yeah,
love
I want to hear from them. If they think, oh my gosh, my daughter's school in Cumberland, Rhode Island. I just said that because someone called me from Cumberland, Rhode Island. Yeah, like, oh my gosh, such and such a high school, Warwick High School,
Yeah.
Central Fall, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they think it might resonate.
Mhm.
Yeah, or a women's group.
Right.
I'm from Leominster originally, and last year, before this was a nonprofit, somebody donated a little money to have us do some workshops at the Spanish American Center for women that were transitioning out of domestic violence situations and needed to figure out where to go from there. So that was really nice working with them too.
Yeah. So you're going to primarily focus on the Northeast and then
Right
eventually
now,
go
yeah.
into other
Yes.
states. So, yes.
I have this weird thought, and this is an idea that I'm sharing with everybody before I even told anybody. I think it would be cool to have a representative in all 50 states at some point, but I want to start with the places that I've lived and worked.
Yeah.
Because I'm familiar with the
Right.
people there. So,
Right.
But you heard my resume. That's a damn lot of places.
That's a lot of places to cover.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can. It's going to happen. You put it out there. You're doing this. I'm super thrilled. I think it's a fantastic organization. You're an incredible woman inside and out.
So are you.
Thank you. So, any last words before we close it out?
Yeah, you're making me want to go tanning with that Italian olive skin.
Yep. I know.
No, I just think in 2026, I don't mean to be weird. Right before the new year, I told you I did like 3 or 4 stories, tragedies. People walk across the street and get hit.
Yeah.
I mean, so if there's something you want to do, who gives a shit? Just do it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Who cares if somebody, like today I started my own podcast and I just showed up and did it. And I'm like, you know what? I've never done it in my life. I'm not going to put myself up on I got to do this kick butt job on day one. It's not going to work like that.
No. When I go back, that's a very good point. And first of all, let's tell everyone what's the name of the podcast.
Owning Her Purpose, to coincide with Revive with Purpose.
I love that. And what do you say about that podcast?
I don't know yet. I actually am very fortunate where in the town that I grew up in, they have a really cool cable access station. Mm-hmm. And for nonprofits, 501c3s, they let you show up and just record. They cut it for you and they upload it for you. So he's going to give me an answer in a day or two. So
fantastic. So stay tuned on that. And then once
I'll have you on for that. And everybody from my board will be interviewed, and some people that I've gone through a lot of stuff. One girl, it just blows my mind. She went to federal prison, and she's maybe the cutest thing I've ever seen. Super soft spoken, innocent looking. And she got wrapped up with the wrong crowd, got Ivy League scholarships her senior year in high school. Fairfield County, Connecticut, gets roped in with the wrong crowd and spent her 30th birthday in federal prison.
Oh my gosh.
And she came back swinging clean, like a role model.
Good for, I can't wait to hear.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everyone, please go follow Erin. Go follow Revive with Purpose. Check out the website. It's really an amazing organization, and she's just going to take over the world with this. So thank you, everyone. 2026 and beyond. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Stay tuned for the next Unapologetically Badass. And also make sure that you like and subscribe and comment your favorite part of this episode. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Wrap for today, Queen, but don't just walk away inspired, walk away activated. If this episode lit a fire under your fabulous ass, hit that follow button, leave a review, and share it with your fiercest ride or die. Your support helps this podcast reach even more women who are ready to reclaim their power. And hey, if you're ready to look, feel, and earn like $1 million freaking bucks, I've got an entire badass empire waiting for you. From confidence boosting merch to brand strategy, coaching, collagen, content, and everything in between, head on over to reneecarbonefleming.com or tap the link in the show notes. Pick your flavor of badass and let's turn midlife into your power era. Stay bold, stay unapologetic, and wear the damn crown.